Well, had first problem. Garrett asked me to come down here and put the torque converter bolts in it, and the torque converter would not slide up all the way against the flywheel. Tech note, if your converter does not easily clunk and hit the flywheel, do not put it together. I guarantee you it'll knock the thrust bearing out of the motor instantaneously. So what we had to do, pull the transmission out. Here's the converter. And so I had to put this little brass adapter, actually it's a little bushing that goes into the crankshaft. I had to turn it down 200 thousandths because this was actually bottoming into the crankshaft. So here, I'll pick this up and I'll go, or actually have Zach put that up into the car and show you real quick.
You want to see if it'll go up against the flex plate?
Yeah, it needs to go up against the flex plate flat. There you go.
There we go.
So that, there was about a 200 thousandths air gap right there. So slide it out and just kind of clunk it in. Yeah, so you can hear it's definitely making contact. It's not bottoming out, but always remember, if anything bottoms out here and there's an air gap right there, it'll knock your thrust bearing out of your motor. So we're gonna put the transmission back in, then move forward. Alright, so we got the transmission back in, converter back in. Now this is real important too. So converter is all the way back. This is just for you guys that don't know, but converter all the way back. You see this air gap there? Converter has to do that. If it does not do that, if you do not have a good 125 thousandths gap right there, you're gonna be screwed. So everything's real cool here. So now we're just gonna bolt the converter in, put the transmission mount back on,
We need 8
and then go back up to where we were supposed to be. All right, so now we took the oil pan off of it because this steering shaft has to go right where I had put a oil drain back for the turbo. So they moved the oil drain, or moved the oil drain back, and I need to punch a gasket. So just moved it over to here from the front, and so I'll work on putting a gasket on it, putting it all back together, just doing a general look at stuff. So I guess if you want to see what the bottom of it looks like after it ran on the dyno, that's it. Looks pretty normal. So another little tech note, if you're gonna check bearings really quick, the easiest way to just verify if something is like hurt is you can physically just move it in its side clearance, because if it's got a spun bearing or if it's got a problem, you'll feel it right away, and it'll either not move or it'll clunk. So I mean, you could do a 5-minute, actually 5-second check on it, and everything moves is nice. Oil color is nice. No discoloration. We can pull caps and stuff, but there's no sense in it. I know everything's really good in it. So, anyways, I'm gonna go over. I do have to modify the oil pan gasket because it's different on dart blocks. So you have these 3 holes that are not there on the stock gasket. So go modify that and I'll put it together.
Bank in there is getting one in there.
Alright, so we got the pan off. I got everything cleaned, and then what you end up doing is you just make a couple little 4 studs, and you have to put a little slot in them. So I put the studs in there, and then I put the gasket up on it, and then I take the studs out after I get the gasket up there. So doing it like this is a mother trucker to get it sealed up all the time, but
it might leak a little bit, but hey.
it might leak a little bit, but
it is what it is.
It didn't leak when I sent it here, but
I don't know. You're the one putting it back together.
yeah, I know. Alright, so we got the transmissions in, oil pans back on, everything's all set underneath, the drive shaft's in, and so now everybody's all flogging on the up front, getting everything all hooked back up. Or actually, some of it's hooked up for the first time. So Zach's finishing up wiring, Sam's working on a mandrel and belt, Ty's doing some fab. Yep, Garrett's priming up the turbos, getting them freed up. Getting pre-boost.
We should probably put oil in it.
Yeah, we ought to put oil in it for sure. So yeah, so we're gonna top everything off and put everything together. So I'll leave the camera out here so you can see the flogging that's going on. Try and get this thing out running today, so we can get it. Have to make a couple hits on the dyno over there, and then we'll go to the track. All right, we are close, like real close. Don't even know what time it is.
Yeah.
Must be like 4 o'clock or something. Yeah, 4:30. So I've been working on, let's see, been helping out on everything. Machining up stuff, fitting stuff, lathe, yep. putting the shocks. Yeah, standing around like. So we're super close. I think we're just gonna make some temporary down pipes on here real quick, and so we can get started, sort through some stuff, and we'll probably dyno with just some turn-ups on it, I believe. And then tomorrow Ty will make probably be making the permanent down pipes, because we don't plan on running pipes up, bullhorns up through where the hood used to be. So that would suck. But might have to, but never know. Anyways, I think it's looking real good. Everything's pretty cool. Taskmaster right there, he's like cracking whips. Yeah, it's terrible. It's like harsh.
It's just like a freaking work camp in here.
Oh yeah, it is.
Sweatshop.
The sweatshop, yeah. I feel like a 10-year-old Chinese kid. It's like just getting it's terrible. Alright, we'll wait to get back on here when it's running. Alright man, this thing made thunder. Started up real quick. Here it's all wound up. I was on the keyboard, so I couldn't video this thing, but so yeah, he'll give me the clip. Yes, but all it had to do was start up in it, so it fired up. So we're gonna finish or extra ties finishing up exhaust here real quick, and then we'll be on it. We're super close. We are going to start it. Sitting on the dyno. So, obviously, temporary titanium too. Pretty cool. So actually, this just gets turned and is actually coming down to come back out that fender hole down there. But don't have time to do that tonight. It's getting late. It's dark, and we're going to start working on just general tune-up stuff here real quick, and just trying to get these up and going as quick as possible. I remain.
Yeah.
So I got it averaging.
Oh yeah.
So it's throwing all the fuel at
Alright,
it.
we got a fuel leak anyway, so.
Okay.
Shoot, buddy, brother! It
you
sounds
go.
so freaking smooth, man.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Oh, brother. Woo, how's that feel?
Feels good.
After 2 weeks and assembling, dude. Good job, guys. Good job, Sam. Shoot, that felt so freaking good. Yes. Alright, well, we got some fuel leaks. Sam pointed out.
There's one right. Yeah, we got some methanol dripping right there. We're gonna check that out. Feels tight, but we'll double check it.
Yeah.
Should take like 3.5 pounds, right?
Probably 3. That small radiator, I don't know. I mean, how much did your LS take?
I got a little over 2.5.
It's probably not too low, but I never heard the water pump turn on unless it only turns on with fans. The water pump's not
How
on.
the tune file is.
Water pump's on that.
It ain't on there.
Yeah.
I'll unplug the fans real quick so we can hear the water pump.
Yeah, because these can be real weird. These water pumps.
Can we turn the big fan on too?
Yeah.
Wow, pull it out.
How does it translate? I put a gear for this flight.
I just added some, so I got it back.
I put a gear. Balance converter is pretty tight.
You know, it's fluid. It's so hard. So clear.
Alright.
Fluid, big cloud.
Ready?
There we go. That's tight. Bring them in the hole.
All right, well, you see, we're just working on that idle, and I think we got probably a leaky methanol injector, possibly. So we're just checking some stuff out because number 4 cylinder is really super cold, and so it makes it a little hard to work on the idle and tip in. And this is, you know, total dual fuel, so there's methanol running through it all at the same time, and it's a little different than I normally do it. So it's literally transitions over in the middle. So as soon as this thing makes, you know, gets 1 pound of boost, it starts transferring over to methanol and the other set of injectors. So it's interesting. So we're gonna continue on making that work, but pretty much just gonna check this out. Pretty much just be done for the night. Gonna hit this thing in the morning, and